On the news, at least 10 soldiers killed as bandits attack military base in Kaduna. President Buhari declares era of persistent shortage of fertilizer a thing of the past. And Senate extends 2021 budget implementation to May 31. We're glad to have you join us on News Now. I am Folashade Ogurinde. No fewer than 10 soldiers and 5 vigilantes have been reportedly killed when terrorists attacked a military base in Benin Gwari local government area of Kaduna State. According to military sources, the incident happened at about 6:30 p.m. on Monday, where the bandits invaded the base located at Polwire and engaged the soldiers in a fierce battle. The soldiers, who were few in number, were reportedly taken unaware by the terrorists, who stormed the base in large numbers on motorcycles with sophisticated weapons and immediately opened fire on the soldiers. However, military authorities have yet to confirm the attack. President Muhammadu Buhari says his administration has set Nigeria on the right track as Africa's leading fertilizer producer. Buhari said this on Tuesday at the State House in Abuja while receiving the Executive Committee of Fertilizer Producers and Suppliers Association of Nigeria. In his address, the president explained that this remarkable achievement had within a short time ensured a steady flow of investment to the sector, opening the portal of dividends for millions of Nigerians and foreign investors.
For Nigeria, a predominantly agrarian nation, having an inclusive economy meant we needed to prioritize the enhancement of our agricultural value chain. We quickly identified the persistent shortage of fertilizer as a key reason for the low yields experienced in our farms. This historical scarcity of fertilizer was due to our over-reliance on imports and the inefficient participation of government in distributing this essential commodity to the farmers. As a government, it was very clear to us that these practices needed to change. With our over 70 blending plants operating, Nigeria was on its way to becoming Africa's fertilizer powerhouse. And with our mega urea production facilities, Nigeria is definitely a good player in the urea space.
In his remarks, CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele said fertilizer remains a key input to achieving food security, and in realization of this, the Apex Bank has continued to place great importance on its availability by farmers to improve productivity. Also speaking, FEPSAN President Thomas Utwa thanked President Buhari for commissioning 2 facilities by members of the association within 2 months.
The CBN has resolved to increase its disbursement in its 2022 Anchor Borrowers program, which will result in output of over 8 million metric tons of grains. The bank will be providing funding to 2 million farmers cultivating 13 agricultural commodities on 2 million hectares of land. The bank has ultimately committed to fertilizer to be used for this program to ensure farmers in the planting season are not affected by the disruption in fertilizer supply chain and price movements.
Mr. President, before you create the Presidential Fertilizer Initiative in 2016, Nigerian fertilizer production base was almost zero. Mr. President, before the commissioning of PFISA, we only have 7 blending plants, including a urea plant of Indorama and Notori, total 7 fertilizer plants in Nigeria. And production output of all is about 300,000 metric tons. Mr. President, today I'm glad to tell you that from the inception of your commissioning of Presidential Fertilizer Initiative, today we have 70 fertilizer plants in Nigeria.
The Nigerian Senate has extended the implementation year of the 2021 Appropriation Act from 31st March to 31st May 2022. The extension was approved following the consideration of a bill to amend the 2021 Appropriation Act. Leading debate on the bill, Senator Yahya Abdullahi recalled that prior Appropriation Acts were passed mid-year, with the implementation usually extended to the following year. Abdullahi explained that the extension of the budget period became imperative in view of the need to complete ongoing projects nearing completion.
It is expedient to grant further extension of the expiration clause to avoid confounding the problem of abandoned projects, given that some of the projects were not provided for in the 2022 budget. Therefore, the need to extend the implementation year to 31st March 2022 is apparent. This is in order to avoid liabilities and unnecessary cost escalation of projects that have already gone through the necessary implementation processes. This extension will help us realize the implementation 100% of all the projects, of all the programs, including the Supplementary Appropriation Act that has also been passed by the National Assembly.
A bill for an act to amend the 2021 Appropriation Act in order to extend the implementation year from 31st March to 31st May 2022 and for related matters 2022 third reading taken, and the bill is passed. Thank you very much, distinguished colleagues. Our colleagues in the House of Representatives are doing the same. And time is of essence, and I will urge the executive arm of government to swiftly swing into action to ensure that we achieve 100% budget implementation like we did achieve in the 2020 Appropriation Act.
The Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, has called on political office seekers to make the most of political debates when presented with one. The minister made the call at the 12th anniversary symposium on debates and democracy organized by a civil society organization in Abuja. Fashola, a two-term governor of Lagos State, described debate as a viable option for candidates to express their political opinions and public policy proposals to potential voters. Other panelists at the event insisted on good governance and public accountability, just as they regarded debate as a platform for citizens to make informed choices about who governs them.
In 2011, as a sitting governor, against advice, I participated again in 7 debates. Even though the polls showed that, well, I was a candidate to beat and all of that, I still thought it was important. And if one of the characteristics of the tenure of our government then was the 100-day reporting cycle. It was also part of an interaction with people to get feedback.
So as we go into 2023, it will be a challenge to both leading parties and other parties that Nigerians do deserve the opportunity to listen to those who want to lead us for the next 4 years, be able to articulate clearly what they want to do and why they want to do it. And not just at the presidential level, we have 28 governorship elections as well. And if there's time and space and people want to, why not subject a few senators and a few House of Rep members to a conversation as well?
The best thing to do is to do a poll and let the electorate or the people decide who should be on that debate. But even after that, you still see a situation where presidential candidates will decline. Like in 2019, you recall in 2019 the debate we had at the Hilton, Transcorp Hilton, at the last minute, the 2 major presidential candidates, the APC and the PDP, declined to participate.
The federal government has been urged to prioritize empowerment of youths who are catalysts of change. This was a submission of the convener of the Young Groomer Initiative, Bumi Bashwa, at the 3rd anniversary of the initiative. Speaking at the event, Bashwa described youths as critical stakeholders in the socio-economic and political growth of the country, adding that the active engagement of youths will address social ills. Our correspondent, Mojisola Matomi, tells us more in this report.
Concerned by the rising rate of youth delinquency in Nigeria, her group, the Young Groomer, has rolled out programs to help steer young adults off crime. At its 3rd anniversary, stakeholders say the program, part of which includes mentorship, skills acquisition, has proven to be a reliable source of enlightenment and training of young minds.
We started with few children, teenagers. Now we are clocking about 120 teenagers as of now, and we thank God that we see them grow. We see the progress they've taken from 2019 till date. Now we have advanced groomer from the Young Groomer. A lot of them now have a lot of, we've empowered them with skills. They can make shoes, they can sew dresses, like soap making, makeup. To empower them is what we've been about. Because we believe that if these children undergo moral training, and you empower them, they will be able to face their future.
Some of the beneficiaries, while expressing their appreciation, say the initiative has contributed tremendously to their personal development.
I've been able to apply the toolkits we are being taught every 4th Saturday of the month in achieving my major goals and my major aims in life. So it's more than just coming on Saturday for hangout. It's more than coming on Saturday to see friends. There is more to it because we get to learn, relearn and unlearn.
Just get a kind of forum that gives these positive benefits, just like Young Groomer, and attach yourself to them so that they can bring out the positive values in you, just the way Young Groomer did to me and to others, that living testimonies that can testify to what Young Groomers have done.
Distinguished guests and well-wishers at the event lauded the efforts of the initiative and assured that they would help in building and supporting the vision.
I would just encourage every one of human beings, like people who have little with them, who can showcase this type of events, to move into it and don't leave it for just little people. It's a collective, goal that we all have to encourage.
And I can say it categorically that if Akoja, a local government as a whole, and even the legislative arm, we are going to be in partnership with her. We are going to give her the full support that she needed. And I'm even putting it to the word that the next one they're going to do, it will be much more greater than this.
Youth unemployment in Nigeria rose to as high as 42.5% in 2020, heightened concerns over crime among young adults, lack of access to basic education, as well as opportunities has also worsened the situation. Mojisola Matomi, TV360, Lagos.
Women need to play an active role in governance in order to boost productivity in the economy and the nation's political space. This is according to Chairman of Access Bank PLC, Ajori Shedere Awoshika, during the Vanguard Media Limited International Women's Day Conference 2022 in Lagos. In her address, Awoshika explained that exempting women will account for 50% of the country's population, which translates to insignificant progress. Awoshika maintained that it is illogical to neglect women in decision-making, adding that it is high time things are done differently to enhance development of the nation.
It's not really about just womanhood, but it's about bringing out your best to be able to get the nation to grow. As it were, the best exists in both women, men, and the youths. So you need equity. Equity is something that brings justice, and justice is something that brings peace, and peace brings progress. So it's a sequential approach. So let equity be primary in the hearts of everyone, whether the legislative, the judiciary, or the executive arm of government.
I think it's very encouraging, the fact that you have more women ready to put themselves on the line, and that we've never had it this good and this hyped. And I think that should be exciting for every woman, that women are coming out on the ballot. Women are coming out to say that, look, we're going to support. Women are coming out to say that, yes, I agree that this is a democratic process, that women should be involved, that women should participate, that women should support women. So I think that this is really exciting times for women, and it's and like everybody would agree with me, and everybody says it's time for women.
We believe in equality, we believe in fairness, we believe in the family, we believe in speaking for women. So if the women believe or are saying that they need better or more representatives in government, we think it's a fair call, and they should be given a voice, and that's what Vanguard stands for.
We'll take a break here, but still to come, Nigeria's vaccinated population exceeds 32 million. Details of the story and more right after this break. Welcome back. Now here is a recap of some of our top stories tonight. No fewer than 10 soldiers and 3 vigilantes have been reportedly killed when terrorists attacked a military base in Benin Kwari local government area of Kaduna State. According to military sources, the incident happened at about 6:30 p.m. on Monday, where the bandits invaded the base located at Polwire and engaged the soldiers in a fierce battle. We also told you that President Buharis says his administration has set Nigeria on the right track as Africa's leading fertilizer producer, while also ensuring that within a short period of time, the country has recorded a steady flow of investment to the sector. Well, in case you missed any of our news bulletin or for more updates, do log on to our website on www.tv360nigeria.com. You can also follow us on our social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube and Google Plus at TV360 Nigeria. On Facebook, we are TV360 Online. "32 million people across Nigeria have received the Oxford, AstraZeneca, Moderna, Pfizer, as well as Johnson & Johnson brands of the COVID-19 vaccine as of Sunday, April the 3rd. The figure comprises those who have taken the first and second doses, as well as the booster shots of these vaccines. The National Primary Healthcare Development Agency disclosed this on Monday while giving an update on the vaccination exercise in the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. Rating how well the exercise is done in the states, the agency said Nasarawa performed best, having administered vaccines to more than half of the targeted population. Nigeria has recorded 48 new COVID-19 infections across the country. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, says the fresh cases were recorded in 4 states and the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. The epicenter of the disease, Lagos, logged in 25 cases, while Rivers and Kaduna reported 11 and 6 cases respectively. Meanwhile, 62 persons were discharged after they recovered from the infection, while no death was reported as the country's fatality toll still stands at 3,142. Well, we'll take a break here and return with more stories, to stay with us. Welcome back. Well, Simi Saladigun joins us now for more stories in business. Over to you, Simi.
Thank you, Folashade. Welcome to business. It is not unusual for the federal government to toe the line of one of its biggest economic supporters, that is the International Monetary Fund, IMF. But this time around, the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has put its foot down on IMF's latest economic advice, which advocated for a slowdown in the Apex Bank's intervention programs. This development has raised questions on the long-term impact of CBN's economic initiatives. Our correspondent Folashade Ogurinde tells us more in this report.
The International Monetary Fund, IMF, in its 2021 Article 4 consultation report on Nigeria, has advised that the CBN should consider scaling back its credit intervention programs because they are likely to cause market distortions in the long run. But the CBN governor, while acknowledging the huge support IMF has offered to Nigeria so far, insists that the focus of the Apex Bank is to stabilize the microeconomic sector, a role it is not ready to toy with.
In an environment where there is a tight fiscal space, where revenue shortfalls abound, and even government has to borrow, then I think it is just reasonable that central bank should step in to support the fiscal, to fill that space, not through grants, but through loans. And I can say that in the last 2.5 years, we've done certainly more than 3 trillion naira, whether we like it or not. And IMF themselves agree.
The IMF, in its argument, says while the CBN interventions have provided financing to underserved markets such as the agricultural sector, continuity will have future consequences on the economy. Experts, however, believe that a developing country such as Nigeria requires robust interventions, especially in its agri sector.
The agricultural sector still employs over 25% of the population. And we know that production from that sector is very huge. So the central bank has the right to intervene in that sector. Just like I said, it shouldn't be direct intervention. It should be through appropriate agencies like Bank of Agriculture, and then the central bank will monitor it, because the Bank of Agriculture will have, the link, the manpower, to actually monitor whether those funds being provided are used for the appropriate thing. So the central bank doesn't have that manpower. It doesn't have the technique. It only has the technique of giving out money.
The effectiveness of CBN's interventions also come under heavy scrutiny.
The central bank recently said it has intervened with about 3 trillion naira in various sectors of the economy. But we must be able to, there must be monitoring, and there must be reports, there must be transparency in what is being done. The report should be able to show at social time, this is where we are, today, this is where we are. And that should be based, that should be evident in the statistics that we are getting from both the central bank and Nigeria Bureau of Statistics, but we are not getting that yet.
In 2021, the CBN boss, Godwin Emefiele, revealed that as much as 3 trillion naira has been disbursed to Nigerians so far. Emefiele added that the bank employed non-traditional monetary policy tools targeted at micro, small, medium enterprises such as smallholder farmers, pharmaceuticals and health institutions. Folashade Ogurinde, TV360 News.
The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has advised Nigerians to shun unlicensed financial operators offering mouth-watering returns on investment. The Apex Bank, in a statement, said the illegal financial operators lure and defraud unsuspecting members of the public by offering extraordinary returns on investments as bait. It added that the increase in the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, is becoming worrisome and portends a grave risk to public confidence and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. We'll take a short break here and be back with stock market reports. The equities market closed on a positive note as it appreciated by 0.19% amid positive market turnover. Benchmark all-share index paid at 46,777 basis points, while market capitalization stands at 25.2 trillion naira. Today, 103 NGX-listed equities participated in trading, ending with 18 gainers and 20 losers. DN Mayor led the gainers with 8.86% share price appreciation, closing at 86 kobo per share, followed by Regency Alliance Insurance with 30 kobo per share. On the losing side, NPF Microfinance Bank came out last with an end-of-end price appreciation of 2 naira 25 kobo, followed by Learn Africa with 1 naira 69 kobo. For our market summary, a total of 257 million volume of shares valued at 2.342 billion naira was dealt in 4,410 deals. Let's turn our attention to our select global stocks. US FTSE has edged into the green after spending much of the day so far in negative territory. It inched up 0.72%. US shares Dow Jones started muted and mixed as the cautious market mood continues and traders await the publication of Federal Reserve minutes on Wednesday. It ended in the red at 0.37%. Japan's Nikkei also had a good trading day, ending in the greens at 0.19%. That's all on Stock Market Report. Back to you, Folashade.
Well, many thanks, Simi, for that update. Now on the foreign scene, the United States and Britain have announced plans on Monday to seek Russia's suspension from the UN Human Rights Council following allegations that Russian troops systematically executed civilians in Ukraine. In a tweet on Monday, the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, Linda Thomas-Greenfield, said images of bloodshed and devastation across Ukraine now require the agency to match words with action. She maintained that suspending Russia from the Council would require a vote in favor by two-thirds of the UN General Assembly. Well, up next is Entertainment Reporter News Now.
Nollywood actress and producer Funke Akindele has revealed why she keeps her children's faces away from the public eye. According to the filmmaker, who recently celebrated her husband's birthday, she and her husband are already well known in the media space, and it will only be right if she saves the children from all the attention that fame brings. Akindele also stated that she is already open with every other aspect of her life, but will want to protect the children from the public gaze. Funke Akindele and JJ Skills welcomed their set of twins in the United States of America back in 2018. Nollywood actress Rita Dominic and her lover Fidelis Anosike, who happens to be the publisher of Daily Times newspaper and founder of Folio Media Group, have received best wishes from friends, family, fans and colleagues on social media as they move an inch closer to their love story. The husband and wife-to-be have sent social media fans gushing after their pre-wedding pictures surfaced online. Recall that in December 2020, Rita unveiled her lover on her official Instagram page, much to the surprise of many fans. And that is all that we have for you in the entertainment segment of News Now.
Away from entertainment now to sports, the immediate past Super Eagles interim manager Austin Eguavoin has said that the Black Stars were hungrier and more determined than the Super Eagles to earn the ticket for the Qatar 2022 FIFA World Cup ticket. Both sides played a pulsating 2 draws in as many matches, but it was the Ghanaians that nicked the ticket on the away goal route following a 1-1 draw in Abuja after they had both toed goalless in Kumasi. Eguavoin, in a television interview in Lagos, apologized to Nigerians for the World Cup blackout. And that's the size of our news bulletin. Many thanks for watching. I am Folashade Ogurinde. Bye for now.